Hello friends, good morning. Professor Rao here. Welcome to Let's Crack the Interviews channel. Today we let us talk about email writing and etiquette. What's email writing? Of course, you are all aware that email stands for electronic mail. What are the various nuances of writing a good professional official email? What kind of etiquette needs to be followed? What is the very purpose of writing an email? What could be the various aspects related to language, etiquette, style, and structure of an email? Lot we are going to see in the short module today. The learning outcomes of this module, friends, are to appreciate the challenges associated with writing an effective emails. What is challenging here? In communication, the order of effectiveness is face to face, is the best one. Second best is telephonic conversation. Third one is email writing. In the communication, according to global research, they say that 55% of the communication happens through our body language, 38% of the communication happens through our paralanguage, and 7% of the communication happens through our language. Body language means, eye contact, gestures, posture, the way we stand, our movements, hand movements, so on and so forth. Our paralanguage means our voice, our tone, intonation, pitch and speed is all part of our paralanguage. And language per se, we are talking about international global connectivity to see today. Friends, what are the expectations generally on writing an email? Whoever receives you, probably we're talking here about professional email writing in an official professional context. It could be, of course, academic context, whether you're in an academic institution or a professional corporate institution, is all an official environment, and we need to reckon and consider these pointers. Expect a timely and clear written communication using email is the basic expectation from the sender as well as receiver, more so from the receiver. And use email as a medium to provide timely weekly updates, seek clarification, respond to customer queries, and recommend solutions to customer problems. And improvement in email writing skills. If you are better at writing email, good, professional, positive, effective, efficient emails, you can avoid several communication gaps, miscommunications, and communication breakdowns that result into deadlines and so on. Well, friends, as we just discussed, a global communication research says that 55% of our communication happens through our body language, and paralanguage means our voice, and our tone, intonation, pitch, and speed communicates 38% of the message, and 7% of the message communicated through language. Therefore, since we use 7% of the language component in email writing, that makes email writing a bit challenging and difficult. Unless and otherwise, if you are very confident and comfortable in writing a clear, precise written communication skills, you are good at written communication skills, else it makes it challenging and difficult for the people to use email. Therefore, let's see why it is difficult in the subsequent slide. Why writing difficult? We use 7% of the communication skills. Yes. Is there any opportunity of demonstrating body language? No. Paralanguage? No. So we have to use only the language, the global connecting language, English. That there's a risk factor for misunderstanding if we don't write properly and if we don't articulate our thoughts, if we don't communicate properly in our written English. There's no instantaneous feedback possible between the writer and the reader of the email, isn't it? When you write an email, you have to call and follow up and say that, friend, sir, I have written a mail and could you please review it and reply back to me. uh, unless you follow up and instantaneous feedback, many cases is not possible. Of course there are people who really very prompt and reply instantly, but generally instantaneous feedback is not very feasible, whereas in face-to-face communication, that's all. We have a strong conversation style is all about. Friendship, while writing an email, we need to consider a few factors. What are they? Writing is a process of four C's, four steps. What are they? First, you need to conceive what you are going to write, collect the data and information, and construct the draft or construct your mail, and then correct it and proofread it and correct it and subject it through spell check, grammar check, thesaurus check, and see that it is in particular order without errors. You need to conceive, plan for it. Now imagine you are writing a mail to a principal requesting for a bona fide certificate. You need to conceive that what you are going to write and collect the data, why you want it, what is the reason, why you are seeking the bona fide certificate, and draft it, construct it, then correct it. Correct it through your MS Office have a future of doing spell check and grammar check and thesaurus check, and you please do it, please, without correcting, without proofreading, critical and important. Then we talk about LESS technique. LESS technique stands for, LESS stands for language, etiquette, style and structure. L language, E etiquette, S style, another S structure. You need to use the language, of course, global language, English, simple, effective, error-free language, written communication. Etiquette, follow courtesy, politeness, professionalism, induce courtesy, politeness, good mannerism, good manners and politeness and professionalism needs to be induced. That's all part of your etiquette. Style, what could be your style of your writing, and whether you need to write in active voice or passive voice, whether you need to use more verbose or redundant expressions or not, whether you need to take care of gender sensitivities, and what could be your very style of your very writing. And it's very important, the structure. Thank you, friends.